This is Joy Ani, scrapping in my own private Idaho, and today I am doing a combination of days for Christy's Beautiful Life. I am doing day 10 and I am doing day 12, and I'm going to create it on this fun little Easter layout. We're also going to build a cute little fence, since I'm not very handy with tools, but I am kind of handy with paper, so I'll show you how I made this fun fence. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one, so I've made two layouts, and I've changed the sketch a little bit so that I could make them companion pages because I am trying desperately to catch up. Today is day 22 of everybody else, and I'm on day 12, so you can see what's happening here. So let's go ahead and look at the sketch. So on this side is sketch number 10, and you can see I've followed it very closely. And this one is on day number 12. So to make this a sketch that can work together and go side by side, I went ahead, and you can see that both sketches have paper down at the bottom. So they have I made my fence, I believe I made my fence at 3 inches. And so I put a 3-inch fence, and you can see that there's paper here. And this is a grid layout, and I've changed it to fit my pictures, but it's the same size pictures, but I've made one that is long. So let's go ahead and we will start with the left side and the fence. So what I did first of all is this is the Honey Bunny paper from Close to My Heart, and I cut my butterflies at 3¼ inches. I put my bunny paper is 6 inches, and then my fence is 3 inches, but some of it is a little bit taller. So let's go ahead and get started on the fence. So I'm going to show you the front of the fence. So this is the front of the fence, and this is the back. And making this fence is really kind of like weaving paper. So this is the front of it, and you'll see I have this crazy paper on the bottom. This is very thin paper. I'm finding that my albums are so thick, so when a paper is totally covered up, I use my leftover paper. And so I've had this paper in my stash forever. Probably won't use it any other way, so I'm going to use it this way. So this is the front of my fence, and this is a good neighbor fence. You know how you put the good side on one side and on the back, and this is what the back is. So you can use your scrap paper. So let's go ahead and build our fence. And I've already lost a little piece of paper I wanted, but I will go ahead and show you. I'll go ahead and, oops, here it is. So I have my two little fences. So this is cut at 3½, and this is cut at 4. I'm making my longer one here. And what I did was I used this handy dandy, I still have my Close to My Heart one. I love this one because it's a little bit larger and you can go across. So what I did was I put my fence right here so I could line them up really nice and neat. And of course I did it much longer, but I'm just going to show you how to make it. You don't want to sit and watch me make two fences, I'm pretty sure. So this one is going to go on top, and so I just put it at 9, and I'm going to take my and I was smart this time, and so I don't have to have my sticky stuff all over. If you have these Close to My Heart, not Close to My Heart, Stampin' Up! Sells these, and I will put them. It's nice because you don't get anything gluey, and they're small enough you can put it on things. So I'm putting that one here. Then I'm going to make sure this goes straight across, and I'm going to glue this right here. And then I put my other fence post down like this, and then I just continue on till I'm done. Then the same way, I'm going to put it down at the bottom. I didn't glue that one. I'm just going to show you two because we don't want this video to go on forever. So, and then I'm going to put this here. And see how it's just like weaving? And I'm just using my my grid because I have a crooked eye and can't tell when anything is. And it went together really fast, and it's really cute. If I had time, you could put brads up here and make them look like nails, or you could even have you could even draw it on with a pen. So that's how I did my fence. So I'm going to bring my fence over here, and I love my fence. And it helps my two layouts that are not exactly, the sketches are not exactly the same, but they sure look nice together. So I'm going to put this down here like this. And then I'm going to talk about this title. So don't get too aggressive. That's the point of this. And you know what, I'm just going to tape it on this part, because if I go really Pinelli, because I'm not a real heavy gluer, so I'm going to put this right here like that. And if my fence hangs over a little bit, that's okay. And I kind of went a little bit crazy with the gluing, and I'm going to just make sure my fence, and if it doesn't come out perfectly even, just hack it off at the end, and that will make it look more realistic anyway. And I did ink around all the edges. I inked around each plank and that. Okay, so there's that. So I had this Easter, so I am in a title swap, and so I had this fun title. However, this was not real Easter. I am calling it pre-Easter. So what I did was I found, and you can see that this paper is not exactly like this. Can you see that? I'll bring it up closer. They are not the exact same, but that's the beauty of buying. These are all close to my heart papers, and this was the back of this was a mix-in, I believe, and this was the back of a Valentine's paper. So I'm going to put this, and it's going to be called pre-Easter. So we went to Oregon to visit my family there, and we had a pre-Easter. It wasn't Easter time, but when you have a bunch of really cute kids, and my daughter, the organizer of activities, did this. And so I personalized this title that was made for me, and I love it. I think it's perfect. So I will talk about pre-Easter. So I'm going to slip these down like this on the pictures, and I will show you and then I will journal right here, and I'll talk about how it was pre-Easter, and we went to the park that the kids had. This is the Monmouth Park. It's right across from the police station, and the kids had spent a lot of time as children playing in that park. It's very different now, because when they were kids, they had this great big tall unsafe slide that they all went down. In fact, I think there's only one toy that is left in that park, because if you were children of the 80s, they didn't do everything in a safe way. And I kind of like this just kind of cockeyed like that. So and I got this from a idea from looking at a preschool title, and I'm so happy. I'm not for sure who got this title from. I don't know who I got this title from, but looky at me, I did a title swap. So now on her, I am recording before I might add to this, and I will put in the description below what I have changed, or you can pop over, you can see this Facebook page. You can pop over to my Facebook page and see what I've changed. I think it needs clouds or something, so if you look at her, so let's look at her sketch and my sketch. And remember, a sketch is a jumping off point. You don't have to be exact. So I have the boards down. That's where I got the idea from the fence. I made the boards into a fence just to add a little bit. Here's my, I don't have the title, but I do have, that's where I'm going to put my journaling. And I'm going to either add clouds or butterflies, I think. But I'm trying to think of ways, whatever I put on this one, I probably will put on that one. So I'm thinking I'm going to probably do clouds and maybe a butterfly. So when we purchased the Honey Bunny paper pack from Close to My Heart, you could also buy a Cricut cartridge, but some of those have disappeared from my account. Don't know how that happened, but if I find that, I will add that. So, Okay, so then this is day number 10. And thank you, Lynda Mowat, for your wonderful sketch. And now we will do layout number 12, sketch number 12. So just like before, I'm going to go ahead and put the things down. So when they're so similar, I tend to do a lot of stuff off camera because I'm assuming you don't want to watch a video that lasts forever and ever. So this is 6 inches, and I had it from 3 to 9, and you can see I have my striped thin paper. I put the colored side up and the white side down so that it looks like you know, it looks consistent. And this really helps. I'm hoping this will help with my albums because I do get that whole alligator thing, and I'm not really great. I'm going to, I need to get better at how and this is the back side of that honey bunny, in case you wondered. I need to get better at putting my albums together. I have a friend that she's a creative memories gal, and boy, she can put an album together. It's okay. And then I'm going to put the butterflies up here. And this is 3, I think I cut this at 3 1/4 because I wanted to make sure that it overlapped. I didn't want to have any gaposis. And this is the other side of that paper pack. I do have some of this left, and I have some of the sticker sheets from that. Okay, there we go. That. And then my favorite fence. Here goes my fence. My fence is going to go right here. And I wanted to not cover up the top of my fence, but there was no way that I could do that. So, get my pictures on here, because this is a grid. When you're doing this, oh, of course my tape runner's going to run out, but I had it right, ready to go, so that makes me happy. Alright, I'm just going to go down here. That's the easiest way to tape this. Alright. And I'm covering up all my seals. So this is a great way to use paper. So I call it, what was I thinking paper? Paper that you have that, oh, and look, I forgot to put my grass. I'm going to move this over because I need my grass. I need my grass here. So, and this was just, a lot of times if I'm going to have to pull this up a little bit. A lot of times if I'm cutting out things from the Cricut, this is what these are what I call Cricut orphans. So if I'm cutting out, this is fern paper. If I'm cutting out fern paper and I'm cutting out grass, I am just going to go and use all of it. And this is actually the negative space from it. But, you know, it looks, and if you don't have Cricut cut, you could do it the old-fashioned way where, you know, you get a line of paper and you just take your scissors and shred it. That'd be kind of fun and relaxing if you're sitting in front of the TV. Because Cricut doesn't go all the way. You can see this is not going to go all the way to the end. Oops. You know what? I'm going to put it like that. I'm going to pull it over here. Yep, that's how it's going to be. So it is a little bit tricky. You might just take your scissors and make your own grass. But I had this on my table, so I thought, I'm going to use it. And that's why we never throw anything away, right? And so I'm going to put pre-Easter. I love this title. If you're the person that made this title, say hi. I made your title. See, I'm using the titles up. Because we do a title swap with a group of friends once a month. And so I'm always so happy to use it. I really believe, and I'm going to just put this in the middle, maybe they mowed and they got the grass the other way. Got the grass. So, oh, where's my cute little thing where I'm not getting, I got this out so I could do this. I love it because then I don't have, otherwise my table's all sticky. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so then I'm going to put this, and this is just a simple grid. You can see, I'm going to cover up my cute little borrowed children. I'm going to place this right here, And you can see that it was supposed to be a 9-1, but I wanted, we were in Monmouth, and I cut this picture so that you could see what was in back of it. So, because we're kind of tromping around in our own, our neck of the woods where we want to see. And I'm just going to do this lightly, because otherwise all the things are going to come off, and you're going to, kids' faces would be revealed. Okay, so let's look at this page. I'm not for sure, I'm not a colorist, so I'm not for sure about these flowers. I think they need to be colored, and I'm going to go on, like I said, and this might turn into a cloud, but I do like, they have a title. So let's look at the sketch and see how close I am. Let's see. Let's see the sketch. Sketch, sketch, sketch. It's under. Okay. See, that's the sketch where they have something here and they have something. They've got their visual triangle. I'm using the flowers. I don't know if I'm going to stay with that. They have a title up here, but it doesn't fit. So remember, a sketch is what you have. And I really do like this little follow the bunny. He has chocolate, because that's what we're doing that day. We're having an Easter egg hunt early, when the whole family can get together, even though it's not Easter, because we don't get to Oregon a whole bunch. So anyway, so that is my layout 10 and 12. I hope you'll try this fence. It would work for like farm layouts and all kinds of different things. And it was fun. It's very relaxing. So I just cut them an inch apart. And then, and this was actually from Hope and Kindness. They had a cardstock that went with a paper pack called Hope and Kindness. And that was a lot of fun to do. So anyway, that's my 10 and 12. Maybe I will get another one done. I'm hoping to like share 2 layouts a day till I catch up, which I only have 9 more days to catch up. But it's all good and fun, and even though I don't stay at the pace of Christy's Beautiful Life, it's fun to do because I get more done than I would any other way, and it's so much fun to do all the different sketches. So I hope you will participate in Christy's Beautiful Life. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will catch you hopefully tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye.